Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take source materials, dig in deep, and pull out the key insights for you.
Giving you that shortcut to understanding complex stuff.
Exactly. And today, we're diving into a really powerful piece of writing. It basically drops us right into the middle of a huge moment, a big gang rumble.
Yeah, it's not just a fight scene, though, is it? It's so much more identity, loyalty.
Right. The tough realities these young guys are facing, caught between worlds. So our mission here is to unpack all of that.
The motivations, how they prepare, the actual confrontation.
And the fallout, especially for one character. We're looking for those core ideas about brotherhood, class, and, well, the awful consequences of violence.
And our source for this is a key chapter from a really foundational book. It gives us that raw first-person view. You're right there with the narrator.
Puts you right in the thick of it, emotionally and physically.
Definitely. You feel that tension right away.
So let's set the scene. It's getting close to 6:00 p.m., rumbles at 7:00. Our narrator, Ponyboy, he's late for supper. Again.
But it's more than just being late, isn't it? His whole state, physically, mentally, tells you something's wrong.
Yeah, Darry, his older brother, made dinner. Big chicken, potatoes, corn. Sounds good, but Ponyboy can barely touch it.
That detail, not being able to eat, it just screams anxiety, doesn't it? That constant pressure just gnawing at him.
And then we find out about the aspirin. He's taken 5, not the one Darry thinks.
Wow, 5. Just trying to push through the headache, get through the rumble. It's like this quiet way of trying to project strength, to just endure.
He hasn't been sleeping well either. Another sign of just how stressed he is.
Yeah, the pressure's definitely building.
So while he's internally falling apart a bit, there's this whole external ritual happening, getting ready for the rumble.
Ah, the sprucing up, the brothers and Steve.
Right. And it's very specific why they do it. It's, and this is a direct quote, to show those socks we weren't trash, that we were just as good as they were.
That's key. The whole hair oil thing, too, to show that we were greasers.
It's this paradox, isn't it? Taking a label society uses against them and turning it into pride.
Exactly. A defiant badge of honor. It's not just about looking okay, it's this act of rebellion, defining themselves against how society sees them. Ponyboy even thinks, tonight we could be proud of it.
But then almost immediately, he undercuts that. He has this incredibly honest thought.
The internal monologue, yeah.
What kind of world is it where all I have to be proud of is a reputation for being a hood and greasy hair? I don't want to be a hood. Why should I be proud of it? Why should I even pretend to be proud of it?
Oof. That just lays bare the conflict inside him, doesn't it?
Totally. It shows how much he questions the whole identity. He wants something more.
It really sets him apart. And it contrasts so sharply with someone like Darry who keeps his hair short, clean, maybe pushing back against that image in his own way, even while being fiercely loyal.
Which brings us to the big why. Why are they fighting? It's not simple. There's a whole range of reasons.
Oh, definitely not simple. You've got Soda Pop, who's basically in it for the thrill.
Right. He says, I like fights. It's action. It's a contest, like a drag race or a dance. For him, it's almost fun.
Yeah, a twisted kind of fun. Then you swing to the other side with Steve. Pure hatred.
I want to beat those socks heads in. I want to stomp the other guy good. I like it too. It's raw dominance.
Chilling, really. And Darry. Ponyboy figures he likes showing off his strength.
Yeah, anything that took strength, like weightlifting or playing football or roofing houses. Pride in his physical power, even though he's smart too.
A different kind of pride. And then there's Two-Bit. His reason is almost sadder, in a way.
Shoot, everybody fights.
Yeah.
Just conformity. Because it's expected.
Exactly. It shows how normalized the violence is in their world. Like, it's just what you do.
But Ponyboy, again, he's different. He says he'll fight, but he doesn't like it.
And crucially, I couldn't think of any real good reason. There isn't any real good reason for fighting except self-defense.
That's a really profound questioning of it all, isn't it? Right there in the middle of getting ready for this massive fight.
It is. And that concern, that questioning, it's kind of mirrored in Darry's protectiveness towards him.
Yeah, Darry doesn't really want Ponyboy in the rumble. He's worried.
Says he's lost weight, he's tensed up too much.
And remember, Darry's not just his brother, he's his guardian. The stakes are incredibly high.
Oh, absolutely. Darry lays it out. If the fuzz show, you two beat it out of there. You two can get sent to a boy's home.
So it's not just about getting arrested. It's about their whole family structure falling apart. A very real threat.
Puts everything in perspective.
And yet Ponyboy insists, I've got to be in it. He feels this intense loyalty. Right then, the most important thing in my life was helping us whip the socks.
Even with all his doubts, That pull of belonging, of defending his group, is overwhelming.
Soda Pop tries to reassure Darry, saying, "Skin never hurt anyone, no weapons, no danger," which tells you how they want to see this fight.
As a fair fight,
Yeah,
just fists. But we quickly learn it's more complicated than that.
definitely. And it's interesting who's not there at this point. Johnny and Dallas are missing.
Right. And we hear about Curly Shepherd, Tim's brother. He's in the cooler.
Reformatory. For robbing a liquor store. Described as tough and not real bright. A model JD in miniature.
Yeah, juvenile delinquent. His situation is this constant grim reminder hanging over them. The potential consequences.
But even with all this darkness, there's this flash of something else. Camaraderie.
The acrobatics, Dare taught them flips and stuff.
Yeah, Soda, Steve, Two-Bit, Pony Boy, they start doing these stunts. It shows their energy, their bond.
Even if it landed Two-Bit and Soda in jail once for disturbing the public.
Right, but in that moment, you see their youth, their shared connection.
And then they do that chanting thing, mocking the stereotypes.
I am a greaser, I am a JD and a hood.
I'm a Susek. I jump greasers.
It's funny, but it also shows how aware they are of the roles they're playing, right? Almost performative.
Very self-aware, in a way.
Yeah.
And then, speaking of roles, there's Two-Bit.
Getting ready his way, with beer.
Always gets high before a rumble.
Yeah.
But Pony Boy, he hates drinking.
Links it to Bad Memories, Johnny's house.
Yeah.
It really highlights his difference again.
Yeah, that awareness, maybe a bit more maturity or just different experiences shaping him. He sees the downsides others ignore or accept.
So, okay. They're prepped, sort of. Motivated by all these different things. The tensions are sky high. Let's move to the confrontation itself, the vacant lot.
Right. They get there. And Tim Shepard's gang is already waiting. And another gang from a place called Brumley.
And Tim Shepard gets this vivid description. Lean, cat-like, tough, cool, hard as nails.
A model JD. Smoldering dark eyes, a long scar. The text says he enjoyed being a hood.
He really embodies that hardened identity Pony Boy fears, doesn't he?
He does, and it sets up a contrast. Tim's gang is organized, has a clear leader.
Whereas Pony Boy's group is just buddies who stuck together. Each man was his own leader.
And Pony Boy wonders if that bond, that lack of strict hierarchy, is actually their strength. Maybe why they could whop him.
Interesting thought. Then comes the agreement on the rules. No weapons.
Ah, the fair fight rule again. But Pony Boy immediately knows better, doesn't he?
Yeah. He knows Shepard's guys, and he assumes the Sox, too, are used to using anything. Chains, bottles, pipes, even heaters, guns.
So that no weapons rule feels pretty flimsy right from the start. It exposes the hypocrisy.
His gang apparently only carried knives, mostly just for looks, but the implication is the other side doesn't play fair, even if they say they will.
Raises the stakes immediately. It's not the clean contest Soda imagined.
Then the Sox show up, 4 carloads. Turns out it's 22 Sox against 20 greasers.
Odds were as even as we could get them, Pony Boy notes.
And their appearance is described in detail. Clean-shaven, semi-beetle haircuts, nice shirts, jackets. They look decent.
And that word decent just hangs there. Pony Boy's bitterness comes through so clearly.
We look hoodie and they look decent. Could be just the other way around. People usually go by looks.
That hits hard. It's the core of the social judgment they face. How appearance dictates everything, even justifies violence in some eyes. Who decides who's decent?
Exactly. The silence before the storm. Both sides lined up. Tense.
And Darry steps up, takes the challenge. I'll take on anyone.
He's described as tall, broad-shouldered, his muscles taut, his eyes glittering like ice. Pure physical presence.
And then the shock. The sock who steps forward to take him on.
Paul Holden. Husky blonde guy.
Not just any sock. He was on Darry's football team in high school. They were best friends. Used to buddy it around all the time.
Oh, man. That just changes everything, doesn't it? It makes it personal. Tragic, almost.
It completely shatters the simple gang narrative. It's not just sock versus greaser now. It's former friend versus former friend, divided by class.
Pony Boy tries to read Paul's expression. Contempt, pity, hate, all three.
And he thinks Darry feels hatred, but also shame. Ashamed to be on our side, ashamed to be seen with the Brumley boys, Shepard's gang, maybe even us.
Wow. That reveals the deep, painful reality of the class divide, how it forces people into these impossible positions, betraying past connections.
The personal cost of identity. Who you associate with defines you, even against your past. And then, bam! Paul throws the first punch. It's a surprise hit on Darry. The rumble starts.
Just like that, chaos erupts. And who shows up right in the middle of it?
Dallas Winston. Dally. He somehow got out of the hospital.
Yeah, talked a nurse into letting him go using two-bit switchblade. Unbelievable.
His reason. A rumble ain't a rumble unless I'm in it.
That's Darry, isn't it? Fiercely loyal, reckless, self-destructive. He has to be there, even injured.
And Ponyboy is right in the thick of the fighting, gets knocked down, fights alongside Darry, gets thrown around.
Stepped on by Tim Shepard, kicked over and over. He's stunned, but just hangs on. Sheer determination.
So the immediate aftermath. The cost is clear. Injuries pile up.
Steve's got broken ribs, doubled up, groaning.
Two-Bit's face is bloody, his hand is busted wide open, but he's grinning, happy they won.
That's unsettling, isn't it? The normalization of pain alongside victory. Darry's got a black eye, a cut.
And even within the Allied gangs, there's violence. The Brumley leader beating up one of his own guys for using a pipe, breaking the supposed rule. Shows you the fragility of those rules, even among allies. But yeah, the Sox run, Darry announces, "We won."
Victory. But Darry, his focus snaps instantly.
Yeah, all thoughts of the win are gone. He grabs Ponyboy. "We gotta see Johnny."
He says Johnny was getting worse when he left the hospital. The dread just crashes back in.
That victory feels incredibly hollow all of a sudden. It's a frantic rush now.
Darry grabs Buck Merrill's T-Bird, and he pulls this fast one on the cops.
Uses Ponyboy's beaten-up appearance. Tells the police he got hurt in a motorcycle wreck, needs to get to the hospital fast.
It's a police escort, and calls the cop a sucker under his breath.
Classic Darry. Cunning, desperate, anything to get to Johnny quickly. That fear is driving him.
And in the car, he just rants. Ponyboy's dizzy, barely taking it in.
Darry's talking about wishing Johnny hadn't stayed out of trouble, wishing he'd gotten hard like him.
If he'd been like me, he'd never have been in this mess. You get tough like me and you don't get hurt. You look out for yourself and nothing can touch you.
It's agonizing, isn't it? It's his way of coping, trying to make sense of Johnny dying by wishing Johnny was, well, less good, less vulnerable.
He's trying to justify his own worldview, maybe, but it just sounds like pure pain.
Exactly. And then they get to the hospital. The doctor's words are blunt. He's dying.
Darry completely loses it for a second, pulls the switchblade again, wants to force his way in.
His voice is shaking, just raw desperation.
Yeah.
But the doctor lets them in. Not because of the knife, he says, but because you're his friends.
A moment of grace, almost. Then the room. Ponyboy describes it as awful quiet. Scary quiet.
Chilling. Darry tries to give Johnny the news of the rumble, tries to make him feel like a hero.
We won. We beat the Sox. We stomped them. He mentions the newspaper editorials about Johnny being a hero. He's desperate for Johnny to feel some pride, some meaning.
But Johnny, he can't even really react, and his last words, they just cut through everything.
Useless. Fighting's no good. And then to Ponyboy, stay gold, Ponyboy, stay gold.
It completely rejects Darry's whole philosophy, the whole point of the rumble they just won. It's this plea for something better, something innocent to survive.
And then he's gone. Ponyboy says he just looked dead, like a candle with the flame gone, not peaceful, just gone.
And Darry's reaction is just devastating.
He tries to smooth Johnny's hair, mutters about him always trying to help people, then he just breaks.
Slams against the wall, face twisted in agony, begging, "Damn it, Johnny, don't die, please don't die."
Hammering the wall, and then he just bolts. Runs out of the room.
That tough exterior just shatters. You see how much he relied on Johnny, how much he cared. It's raw, unbearable grief right out in the open. He's completely broken.
So this whole deep dive, we've walked through one incredibly violent night, but the echoes are huge, aren't they?
Absolutely. The randomness of social lines, why people fight, the real cost.
Yeah.
Even when you win.
We saw how chasing pride, needing to belong, can lead straight to devastating loss.
And you're left with Johnny's final words, "Stay gold." It hangs there as this quiet challenge to the world that crushed him.
So the question for you, listening, is maybe this.
What does staying gold actually mean? Especially in a world that seems determined to grind you down, to tarnish that innocence. And how does that plea resonate when you're caught in cycles of conflict and loss that feel impossible to escape? Something to think about.